Hi, my name is Lucian. I'm the head tutor at Brighter Futures Group, and today I just want to give you an overview of the Type Maths online website. Now, I've already started doing some work here, but when you open the site, it's going to look a little bit like this. You're going to have a blank palette with which you can begin working. Let me show you a few basics. By using the Enter or Return key on your keyboard, you can add a new line, as many as you would like. And by using the Escape key, you can remove the selected line. We also have, you'll notice, a couple of checkboxes on the left here. The first one will add or remove an equal sign. You can do the same thing by typing the equal sign on the keyboard. And you'll notice that any line with an equal sign will be numbered, which makes it extra easy to refer back to lines of working as you're going. Now, additionally, this second checkbox here will toggle between a single equation or a single algebraic expression and a two-sided equation where you can type on both sides of the equal sign. And in addition, we have a selection of inequalities which you can also choose from. To switch easily between single and double expressions, you can use Control and the Return key on your keyboard. And to switch from one side to the other as you're typing, you can hold Control and use the left and right arrow keys. Similarly, if you have multiple lines of working, you can move up and down using Control and the up and down arrow keys. Now, let's have a look at some of the things we can type. If we come back to the tab here on the quadratic formula, I've started by saying we will derive the quadratic formula by completing the square. You will notice if you type that you get a lot of cursive looking font. To type without the cursive looking font, we use a special function. We use first a backslash, which is like a magic wand for the website, and the keyword text. By pressing space, we get a text box, and in this text box, we can type without the cursive font. I will give you a pro tip. It's a bug that we're still working on. When you finish typing in a text box, you need to press the right arrow key to leave it, and then just put a single space. If you don't type anything after the text box, it will disappear when you switch the tabs. I'll show you like this. This will disappear. So I'll use the arrow key to leave the text box, but you'll notice when I go to the next tab and come back, that is gone. So that's something to be very careful of. Now, we don't need any of that. What I have below is a series of working for rearranging the simple quadratic formula into the quadratic equation. Now, we're not quite done yet. And the reason I left out the final line is to show you that when you press Enter on a line of working, it will copy everything from the line above. So this is particularly handy if you have a lot of working that you have to write out with every line. Now I'm just going to cut that text and paste it above. And of course, because we're now in a bigger fraction, we don't need the 2a on the bottom. That's a simple example of how you can save time with your working by using this website. But there are many algebraic problems which, if you're a math teacher or a math student, you will know require a lot of writing on each line with only a small tweak. One of the disadvantages of that is it's tempting to do a lot of steps of working in each line to reduce the number of times you have to write everything out. But when you can create a new line just by pressing Enter, it's very easy to show every step of your working, which makes it easier to mark and also easier to check for errors. Now, I want to show you a couple of other really handy things that you can do with this site. And to do so, I'm just going to put something into my new tab here. I'm going to name it Factorizing. And I will actually start from scratch. I'm going to get rid of the equal sign because it's the first line. It's not equal to anything. Let's say x squared plus 2x plus 1. And then that, let me put in the equal sign here, is equal to, whoops, x plus 1. And then just to make this easy, I'm going to copy paste. And if I was going to be super efficient, I would write it as x plus 1 squared. Now in a minute, I'm going to go over how to type these special symbols. But first, I want to show you what else we can do. If you come to the right-hand side here, we have our document details. So title could be Maths 9M for your class, homework, and my name is Lucian. We can say download as PDF. What that's going to do is it's going to create an export of everything here so that I can easily submit my homework by printing it out or by emailing it into my teacher. Now you'll also see this checkbox. I've downloaded the current tab only. If I don't download the current tab only and I download as PDF, what I'm actually going to get is a collection of all my tabs. And again, you can see these line numbers appear. So if I want to say that I found a result on line 11, I can easily reference it. Similarly, if my teacher wants to tell me where they found an error, they can say which line I made it on. Now, what else can I show you? Let's look at how we type some of the symbols in type maths. So some of them are very easy. If you want to make a fraction, you just use the /. Similarly, we can type it with a number in front, and it will put that into the numerator. We can raise things to powers by using the Shift-6, the uptick symbol. When we do that, it will raise something to a power. Of course, I can also put a power in the numerator or denominator of my fraction, and I can put a fraction in that power. Now, suppose I had an expression like this one here, and let's use a double-sided equation for this. Say I wanted to say that that was equal to 1/2, but I was a particularly annoying student, and instead of 1/2, I wanted to say it was equal to the square root of 1/4. Well, we can type a square root by starting with the \. Again, it's the magic wand of the website. SQRT for square root. Press space to tell it that we're done with our command, and then we can put in our expression inside. Now, there are a number of commands, just like the square root one, that we can use. Let me show you a few of them. We have pi, very handy. Theta, also a common one. In fact, you can even do a capital theta. There are many, many Greek letters which are supported on this site. Similarly, we can do definite integrals, or we can just leave the endpoint blank in order to make it an indefinite integral. We can even do sums. So there's a lot that this website can help you do when you're typing your maths, and it makes it really easy. It's ridiculous that in 2021, for a subject as technical as mathematics, everything still has to be done on pen and paper. So that's a basic overview. Have a go at using the site. The URL is typemaths.online. And I will also point out we have some information down here where you can find extra instructions to recover some of the things that I've said just now. The instructions are not very easy to read yet, and they're not complete. But if you're looking for any symbols that you don't find listed here, we have this website listed at the end, and this is where we're getting our maths typing technology from. And this has a list of all the things that can be typed. This includes many Greek letters. In addition, we also have a lot of algebraic symbols. We also have inequalities, equals. You probably noticed that in my derivation of the quadratic formula, I used a plus-minus symbol. We have set notation. We have, well, that's more set notation. A lot of symbols that probably are not so often used in mathematics. These are all things that can be used in LaTeX, which is what this is built to take advantage of. Lots of different symbols, so you can have a look through here to see what you can and cannot use. Of course, if you find any bugs on the website, or you have any feature requests, or you want to tell us any ways that we can make this site more useful to you, your teacher, or your students, just leave it in the comments below, and we will be absolutely thrilled to hear what you think. Thank you.